the day. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cleveland Browns taking on the Detroit Lions.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation. And if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 13 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
2nd and 11 now. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the Browns Lions are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The numbers for McCaffrey last week: 20 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And that is incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. They go play action with Hurts. He lets it fly for Lockett. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Off the play fake, he'll look pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. Yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Romeo Okwara charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're scaring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Lockett. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now a dump off here complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Brandon Cooks, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to have a first down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that's complete to McCaffrey. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard. They'll throw now on the final play. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And at the half, 14-3 is the score. The Ravens seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And that one's gone to the half with them leading the visiting Miami Dolphins. The Saints looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Justin Jefferson, 78 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is down to 24. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is caught on the right sideline but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now they're in the hurry-up. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here, and that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be tackled inside his 10-yard line. May hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts. Dancing to his left. They've got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rolling to his right. And he will find his man Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Throwing is Hurts. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there. And now here is another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Chris Jones giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts, eluding the pressure right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Oh, the sneak, it's Hurts. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Oh, the sneak, it's Hurts. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's...
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Hurts. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's a 2nd and 7.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Second and 1. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on